right, it's time to get back in the garage, and in today's video I'm gonna mainly ask your advice. And yes, we are back onto Suzuki DRZ 400 engine. As you can see, the engine is in pieces, in boxes. There are parts here, and there's a full box of parts here, and it's a complete mess. It's a jigsaw puzzle, and I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about that. Why, are you asking? Well, it's a simple thing. I gave an engine to the workshop, the engineers, to be inspected, to be looked into, and I gave them the engine out of the frame. It was degreased, it was clean, it was free of all the fluids, and they gave it to me, back to me in pieces. Now, I completely understand I had to take the engine apart to look into it, to inspect it, and to see what's wrong with it. Then they gave me a quote, which was just south of 1,500 quid. At that stage, I decided I'm not going to go ahead with the repair, so I paid a couple of hours of labor, and they gave the engine back to me as they left it. Now, the way they gave it to me back, that's what I have a problem with. You tell me whether I'm wrong or right. I mean, I appreciate at the point I'm telling them I don't want to use their services anymore. They don't want to spend any time on it, any more labor. I'm still paying for the labor to dismantle the engine and give me a quote, but I got it back like this. I mean, is it right? I really don't know. I mean, look at that. Boxes of parts. Everything has been taken apart. And there are boxes and parts and bags and more bags. And there's more in there. I just don't want to get into details about another bags and parts, and everything is basically as you see it is. Now, the reason I'm a little bit bitter about this is I've decided, as you know, with your suggestion, I'm going to attempt to rebuild that engine myself. And I'm very much a visual guy. Once I take things apart, I kind of remember how to put it back together. Also, I'll take pictures, I'll have video footage of how things came apart. And especially having so many complex parts in here in this engine. Yes, it's not the most complicated engine out there. Still, you know, it's the first time I'm doing things like this. So it would be so much easier if I took it apart and then I can put it back together the way I want to, the way I know it came apart. Yes, I've got manuals. I've got one here and the other one printed version over there. It's still not hands-on experience. So I'm not quite sure whether I should be upset with the workshop engineers. They gave it back to me like this, where I understand they don't want to spend any more time putting the engine back together, but given to me back in a box and pieces like this, everything loose. I don't know, I can't decide whether they did me a favor over here or made my job a little bit more difficult. What do you think? Now I need to get myself familiar with the manual. I need to get myself familiar with the parts I've got over here before I attempt to put it back together. And there's a question for you guys, because I can't get stuck into it now. I've got another project which is going to happen very soon, and you're going to be part of it. Another project that needs to be done first. So this needs to be pushed aside for a couple of weeks, maybe a month. But should I put it back together so it's all in one piece? Loosely put it back together. I'm not talking torque it up and rebuild it completely, replacing parts. Or should I keep it as it is and I'm already halfway there? You tell me, guys, you got more experience. Some of you got more experience in this. Some of you knows engines inside out and rebuilt them before previously, and it's a piece of cake for you. Advice, please. Should I put it back together loosely? Take my time, you know, to put it back as it's supposed to be and keep it together on the side for a month or so as a one lump, as one piece, so I don't lose anything. Or should I just leave it as it is and then arm myself with more knowledge, more tools? You know, I need some specific tools for that. What do? Leave it as it is or rebuild it briefly so it's all in one piece, and then I can revisit that at a later stage? Let me know, because I'm really kind of stuck. I'm 50-50 here. I'm not quite sure how to attack this from that point onwards. In the meantime, I will arm myself in some specialist tools. I need some bearing pullers and flywheel pullers, reinstallers, whatever. Big thanks to Rebecca. Rebecca sent me some old tools she no longer needs, some hub pullers and splitters. Thank you very much, Rebecca. She spotted I'm arming myself to rebuild that engine. She no longer uses that, so that will come very handy. Thank you so much. Some extra tools I will need to buy over the next course of a month or two, and that is it for today. It's really simple as that. Guys, thank you very much for all your Christmas and New Year messages. I may have not replied to all of them, but I read all of them, so thank you so much. I hope you had a great Christmas. All the best for the new coming year, 2020. Yeah, hopefully we get a lot of bikes completed this year. I have a couple of really cool, exciting projects coming up. So stick around, guys, and hopefully you won't be regretting the ride we have for the next 12 months. That's it, people. Looking forward to seeing your comments. Should I put this engine back together very loosely so it's sitting as one piece and I can revisit it later on, or keep it in bags, in boxes, in pieces, and the job is already halfway done, because I really don't know. Anyway, thank you very much for watching as always. Rock hard, have a beer, and we'll see you very soon.